Hi guys, in this video we're going to have a look at plans and elevation. So although in principle this is a pretty simple topic, in practice there are plenty of ways to make mistakes and can become quite tricky as it's quite a visual topic, this one. So I've got two easiest examples and then I go on to some trickier ones. So if you're happy with the basics of what you're doing, have a look at the trickier ones. However, if this is the first time you've seen it, definitely just watch this first page before going on to the trickier ones. Okay, so let's get cracking. What are plans and elevations? So if you notice here, I've got a plan front and side, and on the diagram here I've got an arrow pointing down for the plan, to the side here labelled front, and this arrow here the side. And all you have to do is draw what you can see from those views. Okay, so the plan is a bird's eye view. What can you see from the top? And you might have noticed I've got three colours here and I've coloured in the shape. The green is what you can see from the plan view or the bird's eye view, so you can see those top bits there. From the front view I've done orange because that's what you can see from this view, and I've done blue, what you can see from the side. It's worth pointing out that the front and the side, it's interpretation which way round they go. In the exam, they'll probably give you an arrow and say, what's the view from this side, what's the view from this side. I've done it this way round because that's what all the textbooks are doing, so I'm trying to hopefully avoid confusion. But just to get a heads up, sometimes they can be switched round, but that's the front, that's the side. So before you get going, definitely get three colours and shade it in. I've done it already just to save a bit of time. And all you've got to do is draw what you can see from those views. So let's do that. Always use a pencil and a ruler in case you make a mistake. You can rub it out, especially in the exam, because you can't exactly ask for a new exam paper. So the plan is the view from the top, and the bottom of it is always what you see from the front. So the bottom from here in green is two squares. I'm using isometric paper, which is what all these dots are, and if you're on the website you can download a copy of that if you want to do some practice yourself, but it definitely makes it easier to draw these shapes as opposed to the square paper. So there's my two that I can see there, and then it's one square there, one square there, so it's again two squares up, and it's two squares long at the back there. Felt tip smudging already, another reason why you should use pencil, and of course it'll come down like so. So the view I can see from the plan view there will be a 2 by 2 square. Now what we'll also see is this edge here, showing it's two different heights. So this edge here needs to be represented on the diagram as well, and to do that all we do is a nice solid line like that, just to show that they're not the same height. It's just an edge. Okay. What can we see from the front? That's nice. That's a 2 by 3 rectangle. So let's draw that. Again, that's why colouring it in just makes it really easy to see what you should be drawing here. So definitely worth doing that. So that was easy, but this is where you have to be a bit careful. Are there any invisible edges? So there's no obvious ones that we can see. Like we could see here, we could see this edge here from the view from the plan. Looking this way, is there anything behind it that there is an edge? And there is. If you were to go across here, if I do a dotted line, it might help. Okay, we can't see that, but that edge is invisible. And to represent that on the diagram, instead of using a solid line for a line that we can see, we use a dotted line, just like I did there for an edge that we can't see. And from the side view here, we have an L, and it's 2 along the base and 3 tall on the left hand side. So 2 there and 3 going up, and again because it's coloured in blue that I did before, just makes it so much easier to see what you're doing. Is there any invisible edges? No, and there's no ones that we can obviously see, so I don't have to worry about any solid or dotted lines there. Okay, so it's just a view from the plan or the bird's eye view, the front view and the side view. Happy days. Now what you could also be asked to do is draw a shape when given the front, side and plan, okay, which is what we're going to have to do now. We're going to draw it. Now I always start off with the front and the side view. Sometimes it might be a mixture of the two, sometimes you might just concentrate on one. Purely depends on the complexity of the shape. but that's usually my starting point to try and figure out what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off with the front. Remember, the front is from this side, and it's 2 along the base. So, like I said, this isometric is 1 centimetre squares, or centimetre lengths, I should say, not squares. Okay, so 2 along the base, and it's 3 high. So 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3. So there is where it will be. And let me just join them up like so. Lovely. So there's my front. My side is 3 high. Well, I already know it's 3 high because I've done that with that. That's not a problem. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. And of course the top will also be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I can join those up. Where was it? There it is. Okay. So by drawing the front and the side views, I've pretty much already done my shape. Let's just double check it by looking at the view from the top. So there's the front. Lovely. It's 2 wide. And this here must be this edge that we can see going down the middle. And then I've got 1 square either side because it's 2 wide. Okay, so that's what you could be asked. They're the simple versions. We're now going to do some trickier ones. So let's get cracking. Okay, so again, here's my diagrams. I've already shaded them in, exactly the same colours. Orange is the front view, green is the plan view, and blue is the side view. So again, this is going to help me. Plan is the first one, so what's green? Well, I've got a 3 by 3 square, and then this circle in the middle. So that one's quite nice. So 3 by 3 square is what I can see. Keep catching the drawings that I've done. There we go. Okay. And the edge that I can see is this circle in the middle. So we just draw a circle there. Okay, to show that that edge there is obviously raised. So that's nice and easy. Front, what can I see that's in orange? Well, I've got a 3 by 1 rectangle. Like so, that's fine. And then I've got this one here, which is 1 square in the middle, so that's there. I've got that edge already, and 2 high. Okay, like so. Now, don't draw a little circle here, like a cylinder like I've done here, because that would say that it's at an angle. I can't see the top of it because I'm looking directly from this side, so that would just be a straight edge. We know it's a circle by looking at the plan view. Side view is exactly the same. Again, I've got a 3 by 1. Like so, and again, what can I see here in blue is the same thing as the front. It's 2 high in the centre and 1 wide, like so. Okay, so that's a relatively simple one, just using a little mini cylinder on top there just to illustrate that point. Straight line there, circle there to show that it is a cylinder. Okay, a little bit trickier. Again, I've got the orange as the front view, green as the plan, and blue as the side. So let's start off with what we can see from the top. Remember, I always start from the front. This is the front bit here at the bottom. And what I can see from the front is it's 2 squares. So let's draw 2 squares wide. I'm just going to come down a bit because I think I might run out of space. 2 squares wide. How long was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 2 at the back there. Right, drawing on any edges that I can see. Well, I can definitely see that this ramp here has an edge. So that's 2 going that way and then 1 across. So I'm going to draw 2, which is my rampy bit there. And then 1 going across, which is that bit. And I've also got this random cube that's been put on there, and I can see those edges. So again, solid lines to represent that cube. No hidden ones, I can see everything, so that's why I've done my solid lines. And if you look here, when I've coloured this bit in green, here it's exactly the same shape that I've done here. That's the ramp, that's the cube. Happy days, happy with that. Okay, what can I see from the front then? Well, I've coloured in this bit here, which is this L. So I'm going to do that very quickly, because I'm conscious this is taking a bit of time. Okay, I've also got this bit here, but I can't see that, because if I was going to go across here, this bit here is hiding this. Okay, so I can't draw that, but what I can draw is this invisible edge. If I look this way, I can't see this edge, but it's definitely there. Likewise, I've got the edge there. So remember, invisible edges, we just do a dotted line like so. And the side view, what can I see that's blue? Well, I've got this 4x1 rectangle, 2, 3, 4 there. So I can definitely draw that. And then I've got this edge here, but I've already drawn them, that's not a problem. And it goes one up on the left-hand side for the ramp, and it's 2 long, so 1, 2 is going to go to there. Lovely, and then my little square at the end there. No invisible edges here, nothing hidden behind the shape. We can see everything, so nice solid lines to represent that. Okay, got one more to do for this type, and then we'll have a look at the other one. Okay, there we go. Let me grab it there. Okay, this one is a bit tricky, some more hidden ones going on here. So you might notice, again, I've coloured it all in, front, plan, side, but I've also done these dotted lines here to show these hidden edges, and it's quite handy to do that, because when you start to draw these, you can then see where you should have dotted lines on your diagram. That becomes clearer as we get going. So starting with the plan, okay, starting from the front bit here, looking from the plan, it's 3. So 3 along the bottom, it's 2 high, and it goes 2 along, oops, like so. It only goes 1 across, doesn't go all the way across here. So when I've done my 3 along the bottom, which is going along there, it's only 1 going there, and it looks like this bit is missing. There's nothing coloured in here, so that bit is not there. Okay, let's have a look. Are there any edges that we can see? Well, yes, we can. We've coloured in this here, which is different to that here. It's not connected, so that definitely needs doing. So that's 1 square in from here, 1 up, and then across. Okay, so that's the bit in green I can see here. Those 2 are that bit there. Are there any invisible edges? Yes, there are. Okay, if I look down here, I've already coloured or dotted this one in here. So that's something I cannot see. So this one, that would be here, dotted edge like so, because that's an edge that I cannot see from that view. I think that's it. If I look that way, no, I'm still looking this way. I've got that edge already, that's just one that I can't see. Excellent. Okay, the front then, looking at the orange, I've got this 3 and then 2 up, a little L shape. So definitely let's draw that first. So 3 and then 2 up, and it's 1 across. Okay, should probably have got a smaller ruler if I keep catching it, but never mind. Okay, so that's that bit there. I've also got this bit coloured in, which is a little bit further back, and that's 1 square across and down. And by drawing that, I've already drawn on my edges. So solid edge there, which is obviously this bit, and the hidden one, oops, and the hidden one back here. But I can see it from that direction. Can't see it on the actual diagram I'm looking at, but from there you would be able to see it. So that's why that's solid and why that's solid. Are there any invisible edges? Well, looking this way, I'm going to again see this one here. So dotted line for that. I don't think there's anything else. Nope. Because you've got that one. Yeah, that's fine. Right, side view then, the blue. I go 2 up for here, 2 across, and 1 there. So again, colouring it in definitely helps to see what you need to initially draw. which is that. So there's my blue. Any hidden edges, we're looking this way, I'm going to have this dotted line here, which I've already drawn, and this vertical dotted line here. So these are invisible edges coming from this side, so a few dots there just to show that one there, which is there, and then going up there is that dotted line there. So again, invisible edges. Okay, that's the end of doing those ones. I've got 3 more examples of drawing shapes if you've been given the plan front and side views. So let's get cracking. Again, just like the very first slide, I'm going to start off with the front and the side and try and build the shape up from there. So I've got my front. It's 2 high. Yeah, that should fit, I think. Yep, 2 high. 3 along the base. 1, 2, 3. Then it's 1 square up. 2 coming back on itself. 1 square up, and then we join it up. Okay, so there's the front done. Then I'm going to do the side. So I've already got the 2 up here. That obviously joins with the front. That's not a problem. And then I go 2 along the bottom. And then I go 1 up. And then, oops, 1 across. 1 up, and then 1 across. So basically a little L. So there's my side view. Okay, this is where I now need to have a look at my plan. So my plan is here. It's got these edges here, which I'm going to assume is this square here. Like so. Okay, so that's that bit dealt with. So I've got 3 along here. Then I need to go 1 across, which will be this bit there. So 1 across, 1 down, and then 1 across again. That's already there, that's that bit there. I know it's the top of the cube, but I can't actually draw that. And then 2 coming all the way back, like so. So there we go, guys. Let's double check. We've got some invisible lines here. So this would be that one there, which is obviously going to be that one going down. And from the side view, again, it would be that one there that we can't see from this angle, but it would be that bit of square that's missing. So that's that one. Cool. Let's have a go at the last 2. So what have we got? We've got the plan, front and side. Again, I'm going to start with the front and the side. The front doesn't really tell me a lot, but the side tells me pretty much what the shape is going to look like. So this is actually the one I'm going to start with first of all. So I've got 1 square, and it goes in 1, then down 1 and across 2, and then up 1 and across 1. Lovely, and then up 1. And then it should team up to be 4 along the top if I've done it right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely, jubbly. There we go. Okay, now looking at the front view from here, it tells me that there's 1 square wide, so I can do that. So there's the top one and the bottom one. I'm just going to have to just do that to show that that's the bottom square there. And of course, I can do that at the back, because it doesn't get any wider, so I know the back's only going to be 1 square as well. So from the front I can see that top square there and the bottom square there, and obviously the side view is correct. Let's just double check with the plan. It's saying there's a hidden edge here, which must be, if we're looking down, this one going across there. Lovely. And again, looking down here, it's going to be that hidden edge there, and then 2 at the bottom. Yep, lovely. Okay, so there's that shape drawn. And last but not least, this is a nice one. This is a bit of a juicy one, so to speak. Again, I'm going to start off with, probably the side here, because this one, the front, has got some solid lines. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but this one here is definitely going to be 1 up on the side view. It's then going to be 4 across the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1 up at the back. And then it does come all the way across, so I'll just do that. Okay. And now I'm going to look at the front. Now I've done this bit and go, okay, well the front says that it's 2 squares across, and then it's 2 squares up, but I'm just conscious of the fact that there's got this diagonal bit here. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything else with that. I'm going to come over to the plan to see if I can get any more information. So there's my side of 4, and then it goes across 1. Okay. So that means I can then, and the edge is all the way across, that means I can fill that in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go across, and then from my front there's that edge, so I can fill that in. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm just going to go over that again because that does look a bit, there we go. So there's that bit there. This is a solid cube going up here on the second one. So there's the first one, there's the second one. So I can put that in with confidence that it's that one there, and it's going to be that one there, and it's going to be that one there. So that's not a problem. Okay, and then we've just got this little rampy bit, this diagonal invisible bit. I've got that invisible length there, which is going to be going down there, so that's fine. Okay, and then looking at the front, I've got the top square, which is an edge, so I can put that edge in, that's fine. And then it says there's an edge here, and here is an edge looking from the top. Looking from the front, there's an edge, but the side tells us it's actually a diagonal going like that, which is why you have to be a little bit careful, and that's why I included this example, because of that diagonal. So looking from the side, we can't see it, but it is going down that way. If you look from the front, you are only going to see that square and the second square there, and from the top you'll see that square there, and obviously that will just be one, look like a square, but obviously the side tells you it's actually a ramp. Cool, that was a good one. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully that helps. Cheers.